What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Nobody Asked Us podcast.
What's good? What's
Your
good?
girl Keysha E. We got
Malik S in the building. Keysha hosting. We're going to see how this goes.
first of all, he's in face.
And I'm Hess Wesley, y'all. Yeah, I think Malik is a little down right now, a little sick.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, man. I think it's the strike.
Oh, yeah, you've been dealing with all that stress.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Malik just don't want to work, y'all.
I think
So I'm going to be your host for the day.
Mm-hmm.
What else going on besides you tired? How you doing?
I mean, I don't know, man. Stress, I feel stressed out too. I ain't sick, but I feel stressed out. Well, also, I'm doing a raw foods. I'm on a raw foods, vegan raw diet. So that's a little in of itself is a little difficult because you gotta meal prep and you gotta eat nothing but fruits and vegetables and seeds and nuts.
You hungry?
No, I'm eating I got my fruits and stuff. I bring it everywhere I go, but I have to eat a lot in order to not be hungry.
When I try it's like when I try to eat salads, dude, I eat so much damn peanuts and cashews.
Mm-hmm.
It's like my stomach started hurting.
It don't fill you up. I got a salad the other day. I was hungry in 45 minutes.
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah. I need
hard. Gotta put some food protein in there.
All right, well, I just ate, so I'm good.
Good job.
So let's just go ahead and jump right on in.
Let's do it.
We talking about some stuff today. I got a question for y'all too. Let's get into this, and then I gotta ask y'all something.
Booyah,
so we are talking about today the changing dynamics of traditional gender roles in relationships.
Mm-hmm. What do you think about it? What do you
gender roles in relationship?
What are you saying?
How do y'all think that they've changed over the years, and do y'all think that's a good change or a bad change, and what are y'all seeing happen and what's going on?
I think the biggest change is women make more money now, so they got a little bit more power.
So they talk back more now.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So now they got say so.
And I think a lot of I won't say I don't know a lot, but I think dudes a lot of dudes are fine being hey, you make all that money, just go ahead, I'll stay home.
I'm not that.
So
dude.
It's making
I
y'all lazy.
can't be that dude
I'm
either.
Not that dude.
I can't be that dude.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of that. Those are some of the changing dynamics, but for the most part, I think it has to do with money and power that is being accumulated on one side of the spectrum, and so and also when women start to get these different roles in relationships. But one thing that has changed though is because of that there has been less marriages.
But why do you think that as women are making more money, then men feel like they don't have to do the things that they traditionally should do as men?
I don't subscribe to that, but I mean I can see it. This new generation. I don't think nobody my age subscribes to that. It's this new generation where anything goes, nobody's anything, everybody's everything. You know what I'm saying? That's like this new generation. Everybody's everything, nobody's nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I feel like
That's
anybody 40 and up,
Yeah.
nah, we ain't on that.
Most people, what I've been hearing a lot of lately, and I'm just like, it baffles me. Dudes being like, why should I have to pay for a first date? And it's like, that's what y'all on?
Well, I mean, why are they asking that?
Because they don't want to do that. They want to be bad bitches.
Obviously, me and Malik, we obviously, I'll feel weird if I take someone out on a date and she pays. Even if she asked me to take her out on a date, I'll still feel weird. But nowadays, I think there has been a shift in, I want this kind of power. So then what's happening is, okay, here's the power. Okay, go ahead and pay for the date then.
But what does one have to do with the other? What kind of power are they looking for? Because I didn't say I wanted to pay for a date.
You didn't.
So what kind of power?
But the power, I don't know, so what's happening is the woman would want the traditional things and have it both ways, meaning I still want the dude to pay for it, but I also want to make the same amount of money as him.
But why does that matter how much money I'm making for you to pay for the meal? Because are you paying because she was broke and didn't have no money, or are you paying because you're a man and you're chivalrous and you feel like that's what you should do as a man? You want to court this woman
I think it's both. I think for me personally, I mean, I don't want my woman to pay personally, but I think in general in society, what women still want the man to pay. Is that right? Y'all can comment in the below if I'm not.
I think women still want the men to pay.
Right, but they also want to make the same amount of money.
But why does that
men.
matter how much I make and you paying for a date?
Okay, well, so here's an example. I went to Vegas about 2 years ago with two friends, women friends, and we stayed at the Delano, and I think Rick Ross was performing. This was I think a year before the pandemic, or right when it was starting, and the tickets for men were $150, and for women, it was like it was free. I mean, at least for the girls I were with, maybe because they was beautiful. It was free for them, right? So I was like, and the girl was selling the tickets, and I was like, okay, well, how about I pay the same amount as the women paying? She's like, nah, because you're a guy, you're a dude. And I'm like, so then they should be, then they shouldn't get paid as much as I get paid because I got to pay more things in society.
True.
No, I spent $150 on pads and tampons.
It was just an example that I was throwing out there, but I'm saying what it seemed, the consensus seemed to be is that I hate when I say women because I'm making it seem like it's like again they want to be you want to make the same amount, but you also want the same traditional roles to be. You know what I mean?
The thing is, like, women want to be equal when it's convenient. That's just what it boils down to.
Pretty much, yeah.
They want that equality when it's convenient.
Yeah.
I want to make the same amount as you, but when we go out to dinner, like, oh, I can't pay. Well, I thought we was equal.
Yeah.
What does that But what does that have to do with the fact if you're going to pay for this date if she made $10 an hour or if she makes $100 an hour?
I'm not necessarily talking about the date per se. I'm just saying overall, women want to be equal. When they want to be equal. That's just the truth. And ain't no way to try to slice it.
Wanting to be paid equally for a job that I do like you isn't the same as...
I'm just talking about overall. I'm not necessarily talking about just finances.
But I think what I hear most often is that, I want to get paid what I am worth, and I want to get paid. If I go to a job and I'm doing the same job as you, but I'm making less simply because I'm a woman, yes, I want to be paid the same. That has nothing to do with I still want you to play your role as a man in this relationship as I'm going to play my role as a woman in this relationship.
Right. So I think the fix is let the guy in free too, or charge the girls $100 as well.
That's
charge the girls $100 as well.
Back in the day, your grandma was getting in for $2.
So that's what I'm saying. I think you guys
society as a whole.
Two different conversations.
Yeah.
You talking society, she's talking relationship. I think y'all not on the same.
Well, it kind of
even in society, like okay, you got to pay to get in the club. There's different things. Like it's not gonna be the same exact, right? Because you're a man and I'm a woman, but there's different things. I spend money on pads, you don't.
But that's the thing. I'm glad you said that. That's the thing. But this new generation, they want to be equal.
But in what
But then don't want to be equal.
They want equal pay or they want
equal everything.
I ain't never heard a woman say, I want to be equal, like I pay for dates and you pay for dates.
No, that's what I'm saying. They won't say that. So
what do they want equal on besides pay me what I'm worth?
They want to be equal, I feel like, when they want to be equal.
On what other things, though, besides money?
All kind of things. Okay, put it this way. All right, let's just say they want to be equal, right? All right. What can a man get pulled over and start crying and get out of a ticket?
Shit, a woman can't do that either, nigga. I was like, hey, my friend mama just died. I'm on the way. He was like, well, I'm sorry to hear that.
But I'm just saying, you speaking just you. But
you can get pulled over by a female cop and she want to holler at you. She think you, that's Malik, he funny, and you get away. So you can.
Most female cops, I'd rather get pulled over by a guy cop than a female cop. They sometimes be the worst.
But I'm saying you can't. Every cop ain't gonna let me off.
They be overcompensating. You know what I'm saying? Like, give me a guy cop all day. Than a female cop.
But you still could though, is what I'm saying. There's a female
it's not
cop
the
you could
same,
flirt with and get
bro.
off.
Like you stretching it. Like come on, man.
No, it's not.
Put it this way: we all have our privileges and disadvantages. It is what it is. That's just life. You know what I'm saying? Like to Hess' point. Okay, men make more, but let's be honest. In general, I'm not saying all women. I'm just speaking in big numbers. Men pay more. We pay for more stuff.
That's okay, but women spend more time doing things.
What?
Women,
Like, come on,
that's
man. You
fine.
can't have it both ways.
That's a part of a gender role. I'm not asking.
But that's
listen,
what I'm saying. You guys have a lot of benefits we don't have. We have benefits you don't have. That's just.
So I don't think you
bottom
should be
line.
like, I'm not paying for a date because we make the
I
same.
never said I
That's
wouldn't
a
pay
part
for
of
a date.
courting a woman.
I
as
tell
a
you this.
man.
I tell you this. Okay, this is what I will say.
Mm-hmm.
2 dates, right? Date 3.
Mm-hmm.
You hit me up. Say you hit me up for the 3rd date. I want to go to this restaurant. It's so cool. Blah 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 blah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Who paying? You hit me up to say you want to go to this restaurant.
You
You hit me up.
so what? We
See what I'm
talk. We
saying?
talk on a regular basis.
See
You
what I'm
call me
saying?
sometimes. I'll call you sometimes.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. But why is it that since you want to be equal,
First of all, I
this is the
didn't ask-
3rd date now?
I
Right.
didn't ask to be equal, and that's why I said we have to be clear on what are women in general asking for. Are they asking for equal pay, or are they asking to be equal?
Okay, let's say me and you
across
have
the
equal
board?
pay. Why you can't pay? This is the 3rd date. You call me.
You're courting me, sir. Are we
You
together?
call me. I ain't.
Well,
We
see-
talk all the time. You act like I just called you out of the blue.
So we talk about modern times, right? So I mean, we talked about in the last episode as far as a woman getting on her knees and proposing to a dude as well, right?
Right.
But a lot of that is changing, where
That's
you know.
wild.
So like what Malik is saying, you called him, but like you personally, because you have the traditional, sort of woman sort of a mentality where you a dude, you courting somebody. These are the things that you do. Nowadays, I can't even pump somebody's gas. I mean, I can't let my girl pump her gas. And somebody not, and like she'll feel some type of, not my girl personally, like, I dated somebody before where I went out. No, what I let her pump her gas because she wanted to pump her gas, right?
Sis.
And because right,
me
well, I
talk
mean,
to
she
you, girl.
wanted to. So my thing is like, okay, well, normally this is what I would go do, right?
Mm-hmm.
But she said, nah, I got this. What am I like? Like your plaything? Like I can pump my own gas. I can lift my own box. I can do my own thing. Don't put me in this category, right?
know
And then
nothing
some
about that
other
life.
lady came to her and be like, I ain't gonna let this dude let you pump
Right.
pump your own gas.
But-
So like we in a place right now where like, okay, your traditional roles are still the same, right? But you're sort of figuring out what am I supposed to do in this modern world? Not us, but like,
It's just new generation. But for you, Keysha. So it's date 3. When do you pay for a date? Ever? Never?
According
Like,
to my
how-
dad. But no. I don't have a problem. According to my daddy. But I remember on my first date, it was like 96. He gave me a $50 bill. I was going to Red Lobster. He was like, if you ever have to spend this will be your last date with him. And that's how I see the men in my family are, and that's how I grew up thinking. And then over time, I was like, you know what? I can pay for a date with my boyfriend, right? But like when we get to a certain level, you know what I mean? When we
Right,
get to a
because to
certain
me,
point.
let me tell you something. For me,
I'm not counting number of
it's
dates.
not.
in
It's
a
not
sense,
even
but
about the money. It's about the gesture for
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
Because then I feel like, what? Who am I with? Like,
Yeah.
damn.
But
it don't,
also,
even when
I'm
I go
doing
out,
other things for you as well. It may
put
not
it this
be
way.
money.
And it's a thing where it's not about the money. Because even like sometimes I would go out with some of my rich friends. If it's just me and one of my rich friends, sometimes I would pay. Of course, they got way more money than me. But it's
Yeah.
the gesture. It's just
Yeah.
like, damn, dude. Like, if I'm with a woman every time we go out, I gotta pay. It's not even about the money. It's just like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Well,
after a
damn.
while,
You
I don't know
gonna-
at date 3.
like, goddamn.
I don't know about date 3. I'm gonna be honest, but yes, I will pay. And I'm also, for me, and I can only speak to me personally, I'm also doing other things, and this is why I think gender roles are important, because you add value to a woman's life in one way, and she add value to your life in one way, and it might not be monetary. It might
Well,
not be tit
I
for
need to
tat.
eat.
I'm paying. She might cook
Let's
for you.
value that. I need to eat.
She might cook
okay,
for
if you cook,
she
that's
might
fine.
go to the
That's
grocery
fair.
store. She might see you out of something like, oh, let me go make some. He doing
That's
fruits
fair.
and raw veggies. Let me do that.
Well,
you know what I mean? So it's
Let me
like,
tell you one thing that I use, and this is small, but this is my thing. If a woman's, I get up early, I go to the gym. So if a woman's spending the night at my house, and I go to the gym, I take my daughter to school, all that, and I come back. If she's up and she's about to leave, if she ain't make up my bed, done.
I can feel
Done.
that. It says a
Done.
lot.
I'm done.
Yeah.
You trash.
I can feel that.
Yeah.
I'm not going. I
Yeah.
already see what this is.
Yeah.
But that's
You-
what I'm saying.
Wow.
I think that it's not.
Small stuff like that, dude.
We do different things. Like, I'm never pumping your gas, right? But
Mhm.
yeah, I expect a man
That
to
ain't
pump my
even
gas.
my arm, bro.
I mean, that's a difference. You
You
got 2 arms.
You said never.
It was her
but
car,
you got
by
2
the way.
arms. So if one of your arms broke, you can still
It's your
pump
it's
gas.
your car, your own car.
I'm never pumping my gas.
How you got here today?
I don't have a I don't
So you
currently
pumping
have
gas.
a mix. I'm saying if I'm in a relationship, I'm never pumping my
your gas.
gas.
Wait, if y'all together at that time,
Even
or
if
you
we're
just want him
not.
to just come over
See, I
and go
think
get your gas?
I think the
I mean,
older
you know-
generation of women and the younger generation of women need to have a conversation and then come back to us.
Because I think
Here's the thing.
sometimes
So we can understand.
I think sometimes the younger ones go to the extreme.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
This is just in my experience. I'm with you at some point. If we together, maybe you out of town. Maybe you out of town for work for a while. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
in that instance, of course, I'm not gonna run out of gas but I'm with you at some point during this week. You gonna check to see where my gas tank is at. Let's stop and get some gas before.
Actually, I'm
because-
probably not. Because
Well,
we
the
probably
dudes I
always in
deal
my
with do.
car. We
But
probably
I'm
always
saying
in my
if
car.
we're in my car and you notice that, you know what I'm saying? But if I'm with you, I'm
Well, yeah.
absolutely not ever getting out to pump my gas.
If I'm with you and you need gas, for sure. But I'm gonna be honest with you. I got way too much going on in my life to be like, we sitting on the couch, be like, you need gas.
Not sitting on the
Like,
couch.
no,
Not
I'm
sitting on the couch.
doing
Let's
that.
say we're in
I'm
my
not
car.
doing
Let's
that.
say we take my car to do whatever.
Yeah.
You're not gonna look over before to just make sure she
Well,
got
of course
about
I'm
half
gonna
the
look
tank. Let's
over.
stop
Of
so I
course
can
I'm
do
gonna
this
look over because your
before.
ass ain't gonna drive. So we know that I ain't got no choice but to see it.
Maybe I am driving. I'm just saying it's the thoughtfulness
Oh, you
of
drive?
a person.
Oh, I didn't know you
I've
drive.
drove my car in a relationship, and
Oh, wow.
that person will look over
And your
be
daddy
like,
said that was okay? Because
"You're not driving no dude around full time." But here's the thing: I'm all for gender roles. I didn't ask for whoever is fighting for. I didn't ask none of y'all
you
grandmas.
ain't on that. You ain't marching.
That's not. Listen, no, absolutely not.
Keysha not
But
marching with y'all. Y'all
That
alone.
doesn't mean I don't. I think pay inequality is very different than the gender roles because
Yeah,
I still
yeah,
want to
I
be paid
agree.
what I'm worth, right? But
I
in a
agree.
relationship, I'm all for gender roles because that's how we work, right?
That's how the
If
world
we
works,
would all
yeah.
be men or all be women, and we wouldn't have different roles. We wouldn't have different body parts. We wouldn't have
Right.
different things that we're naturally good at if
Right.
it didn't make sense for us to come together.
Does that
as a team.
intersect? Does that intersect the financial part and the gender roles? I think.
I think traditionally, like, I think this part of it, okay, I think traditionally, like, men are the protectors, the providers, right? So then as there was a point in time when women didn't work or couldn't work. So, of course, the man is taking care of everything. Then I think as women started to work, you have some men that are like, oh, well, you're bringing in some money, you can pay some bills, right? And then you have some men that are still very traditional of like, I'm going to pay all the bills because I'm the man, I'm the husband, I'm the head of the household, whatever the case may be, right?
Well,
I don't think it's necessarily something wrong with if you are not able to, if you don't make enough on your own
see,
to
that's
take
what
care
I
of
was.
everything.
That's what I was gonna say.
I'm not gonna be like, I'm not putting no money in. Like,
See-
no, we're a team. We do this, right?
What
But I
happens
want to
is-
know that my man or my husband will provide for me.
See, the thing is, it's like it's weird because what happens is times change, right? So you got a 50, 65-year-old woman telling this to a 35-year-old woman, like, man, pay all the bills. Well, yeah, because back then, the warehouse job, you could pay all the bills. It's a different time now. You know what I'm saying? Back then, yeah, Papa could take care of a whole family being a garbage man.
Yeah.
You can't do that now.
But you
do that
have
no
some
more.
men, I
You
come
know what I'm
across this a
saying?
lot, some men who are in a position to be able to do stuff. And their mentality, though, is just like, I ain't doing that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to. So you going to move a girl into your place where you're paying the rent every single month. And now it's like, well, she got to pay half. And it's like, you're able to still do it, but you don't want. The mentality, I feel like,
I
has
would
changed.
never ask. I mean, me and my ex-wife, she never paid. Like, she paid, I think, utilities. But at that time, that's what it was. I couldn't afford everything.
Right.
Yeah.
But I feel like even now, if a woman moves in with me, I don't know if I'm gonna ask her to pay.
I'm going to offer to pay
But if she
something.
doesn't offer to pay, it's gonna be
Yeah.
like,
I
Yeah.
got the cable, I got the
You know what I'm
utilities, I
saying?
got
Like,
the groceries.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know
now
what I mean?
if I'm up here,
Yeah.
then it's like, girl, keep that little pussy ass. You know what I'm
Because here's
saying?
the
Like,
thing, as
you know what I
traditional
mean?
as I am, I don't want to not contribute anything. Like, I
Right.
wouldn't feel comfortable being, even if my man got it and he like, don't worry about it, I'm going to take care of something. Like you said, the cable
Right.
bill, the light bill, some groceries or something. But I think in terms
I'm
of
so
like,
traditional, and I know this is one of my faults. Like, even being a father, like, don't ask me nothing about my kid's school or no shit like that. I can tell you how much it costs.
right, Right.
Don't ask me who her homeroom teacher is.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's just like same thing with me. Like if I'm living with a woman, I got all the bills, but you better pay them.
That's how my mom and daddy is. Yeah.
My cable bill, my lights better not be off because it's there for you. That's your responsibility.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
And I think that's the thing of gender roles and your strengths and your weakness. That's how my daddy is. Like, he can't tell you when no bill is due. He don't know. But my mom's strength is she's very organized. She's very on top of things. She gonna make sure everything is taken care of. So that's where like, where you're not good in one area or not even not good, you can focus on something else.
Right.
Don't ask my mama nothing about what need to be done around the house. She don't know, but my daddy got it. So I think that's where the gender roles are.
That's how you got to run a house. You got to run a house.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A house don't run itself.
Because I know I have a couple of homeboys that's like, my girl don't want to cook. Like one dude was engaged and the chick was like, I ain't your slave. I ain't cooking for you. And I was like, I don't know nothing about that.
I'm
life.
out.
You gonna get a hot meal over here
I'm out.
because, and that's what I mean by like, I think those things are.
But that's this new
important.
generation. These women think being cute,
Where do you think they get that from?
I'm a dime. I'm
Men-
a cash.
men want it.
I'm a bad bitch. And I'm just like,
Some men just want the trophy.
Yeah.
So I think, like a lot of insecure men want just the prettiest, baddest chick. They don't give a fuck about this bitch can read or not. You know what I'm saying? It's just like another car or designer shoe to show to their homeboys. You know what I'm saying? Like, boy, you know what I'm saying? You see me? And then it's just like, dude,
But
you
women
miserable.
gotta understand that as well, right?
But those shallow women don't give a damn. They know what it is.
Right.
They don't care.
So they'll just use you for whatever.
They'll just ride it out.
You using the example of a car, like you know, a dude will date a girl and show her off and be like, yeah, this is me right here, right? And then like once he's done with the car, just move on to the next car because you know I've already driven that, you know, all that I wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
You were also talking about earlier, which is why I asked how that intersects. You were talking about, you know, what people are getting paid nowadays. And I think one of the biggest things that has changed for men is that because they're not getting paid, you know, like obviously when my parents moved here, my dad was working a minimum wage job, a little bit more than minimum wage. He was able to take care of the whole family, right?
Right.
And so now, if you get that same job, a dude can't even take care of himself without some sort of government assistance.
Right.
So I think feeling like the man, feeling like I got control of this, feeling like, you know, I can handle these things, I think it sort of started passing down, sort of like pussyfying, can I use that word? Or making dudes like less masculine and wanting to, you know, say, I need support, or I can't do this by myself, or you gonna have to do this, or, you know, or sort of find ways to sort of to draw away from what they're dealing with. And I think a lot of that has to do with society and feeling, and men not being able to make enough money like they used to be able to make, or like they thought they would be able to make. So when a woman come now you need a woman in order to pay your rent. You know what I'm saying? So now you have a lot of people saying, yeah, move in, you know, you can pay half. You know what I'm saying? And now you're just trying to get your bills paid.
But I feel like it's a lot of, I mean, I get that. And that's what I said. If that's your situation and your dude just can't afford it, he can't afford it. I come across a lot of dudes, or I hear, not that I'm dating these dudes, but I hear a lot of dudes in this industry that make enough money to be able to support themselves, and if they wanted to have a girl or whatever. But it's like, I don't want to, because in their minds, I think the gender role has changed on both sides. And for some people, because men don't want to do the things that they traditionally did no more. And then you hear like, even with, okay, now women are making more money, or they're able to have a job. But guess what? I got a job and I still come home and cook and clean. So just because I got a job doesn't mean, or I'm making more money, I'm still taking care of things that are gender role for me to do.
I generally feel like maybe I don't know, maybe I'm old. I really feel like it's a generational thing overall.
I think overall it is. This next generation up under us,
new generation, these like 30, 35, they just like I said, nothing matters. It's just like whatever's whatever. It's like, you know what I'm saying? And I think that's where it's lost. People like, what? Yeah. You know, like, you tell a woman, like, hey, good evening, good afternoon, young lady. Young lady, I'm offended. Like, oh, shit, my bad. I didn't, you know what I'm saying? Like it's, dude, I don't know. Like, it's hard for people my age. Like, what? I called a young lady and now I'm in HR? What? Like,
Right, yeah.
But see, a lot of men date younger too, so that's where y'all gonna have a problem.
Not me. I don't like young women. Nah, I'm done.
What's the youngest you date?
If I 38,
Okay, how old are you?
I'm
Yeah.
57.
No. I just like at least 10 years under. No more than 10.
You like 10 years under?
No. Like between, like it can't go less than 10.
Okay.
So if I'm 40, I can't go less than 30.
Yeah,
or more than 10. Okay.
Yeah.
And it depends on where you at too. Like if I'm 40, yeah, I can't go down to 30 even might be. Yeah, 30 might be okay. But anything under that.
Yeah, my fiance got me.
She older than you.
No.
She passed the 10.
She passed, but
she's 21.
But she. See, I still don't understand this because when I started dating her, she gave me a age
fake
1
number?
1 year over my limit. She didn't know my limit, but I was like, okay, yeah.
So
then
she's
you
11
match
years younger?
Yeah. She's
well,
11
you
years
know,
younger right now.
I'm gonna tell you, like for a woman though, and where y'all at, it's not bad. If you were younger, it would suck.
Yeah.
Like if you were 30,
yeah.
you can't date no 19.
No.
You know what I'm saying? That don't work. But
Unless you're doing it for fun, just having some fun.
yeah, if you're just knocking it down, then
yeah.
But to be in a real relationship, I need somebody that's been around a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
He's been
Don't spin the block a couple
Been
times.
around a
Not
bit.
didn't smash everybody, but
My
you
thing
know,
now-
got some, got a couple miles on you.
What I've learned, I don't know, maybe you could attest, like after, because obviously women mature a lot faster than men.
Right.
I
But
don't believe that, but go ahead.
you don't believe that?
No.
No,
I
that's
think we just
totally
make
true.
excuses for dudes.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, well, I mean, maybe, but I found that any woman under the age of 28, I can't do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
you
hell
shouldn't.
no.
You
For
shouldn't.
Because
I had a
because
homeboy going through
those
it. I'm
20
like,
to,
you
because
like
that
them young
20 to
ones?
28, oh my gosh, so much. I mean, there's so much that happens in that growth process.
This is a stereotype. If she was 28 and a lawyer, or maybe a teacher, maybe.
Yeah.
But if she's 28 and this
Instagram
this
model.
might sound messed up, trying to be an actress and nothing like that. No, bro.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
But if she's 28, she got her career, and she's passionate about that career, something not dealing in entertainment. It might could work. It might could work. But if she's, like you say, Instagram model, like...
Yeah.
You know what I just thought about, too? I think maybe gender roles have started to change, too, with the marriage rate declining. Like, maybe women and maybe men are feeling like, because people are less and less inclined to get married until they're 50 years old. Like, why should I be doing this? I'm not your wife. You're not putting a ring on my finger. I think that might have a play. Anyway.
And that's a fine line, too, with women. I hear women. And I understand both sides because... as a man, I get it. If you be like, why should I be doing this? I'm not your wife. And I get that. That makes sense to me, you know. But then at the same time, I'm thinking like, well, how you going to get to be a wife?
Yeah.
If you don't, you got to give
I
a
think it's
little
a fine
something.
line. Yeah, I think it's a fine line.
You got to
You
at least
can't
let me
do too
test
much.
drive.
Right,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Let me see what it's like.
I think
Like,
it's a fine line. And I think it's a time frame.
It's just
on it,
like
too.
whatever your homeboy go through. I ain't cooking. I ain't your wife. Well, I don't even know if you can cook. So why would I marry you? Like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You
Can
got to
you
give
even
me a
cook?
sample.
Right, yeah. Let me
Yeah.
tell you
Even
I agree.
Costco's let you eat a couple meatballs. They don't. Like you gotta buy the meatballs.
You gotta give a little something. You can't do too much. You can't do too long.
But you gotta show them that you are
yeah.
capable of doing something.
But I think also that comes back to, unless they're just completely lost, I think that comes back to, I was having this conversation on another podcast with this guy, you know, Lewis, though. And he was like, girls don't want to cook for him or this, that, and the third. And I'm like, but are you adding value to their lives? Because maybe they feel like you ain't going to call them next week. So no, I'm not about to cook you a meal. I want to do stuff for a man that
And who is he
pumping
dating
my
too,
gas
though?
or looking out for me. Yeah.
Dude, sometimes, and again, more stereotype, I can look at a dude or I can look at a girl and I could know what kind of people they date.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's just like, you know what I'm saying? You'd be like, well, yeah, look at you.
Which
Like,
is why it baffles me, the type of dudes
makes
that be in
sense.
my DMs. I'd be like, what made y'all think?
oh, well, you know,
What
dudes
is
don't care.
going on?
Yeah, dudes don't care.
Dude, a dude will be on the bike and holler at a girl in the Range Rover. He don't care.
Oh, my God.
What you gonna do? Say no? Hey, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
I got a question for y'all. This is kind of off subject a little bit, but not right. You got a daughter. Hess, let's just say you had a daughter. Would you, if your daughter asked you, she's going to get her nails painted or she's around the house or whatever, and she wants to paint your nails or she wants you to get your nails painted with her at the salon or your toes done, painted, like polished, would you do it?
Not at this age. My daughter's about
But
to be
let's say
15
your daughter
tomorrow.
Let's say your daughter
If
was
she
6.
was, then I would do it.
You'd
But
do
not at
Would you
this
do it?
age.
I guess.
I would definitely.
I'll take it right off afterwards,
I would
like
do
later
my
on.
feet for sure because it's gonna
Is it-
satisfy her. And
Yeah,
nobody's
yeah.
gonna see it, so
Yeah,
I don't.
yeah, yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I would do
But
my
I mean, it's
feet.
not really about somebody seeing it though. It's just like
But
I
I'm just
mean,
saying for me to feel comfortable.
You go
got
to
it.
the
Yeah,
salon.
yeah.
I would get my feet done
Yeah.
for my daughter because
Yeah.
I'm putting my
Pink
socks on.
polish.
I'm going home, whatever. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
But not at this age.
Yeah.
My daughter's about to
Well,
be
let's say she
15.
was 6. Let's say she was 6.
Yeah,
She's like,
I
Daddy, can
definitely-
you get this pink polish with me?
Definitely would do it.
Okay.
Definitely would do
you
it.
got a daughter on the way.
No problem.
We can talk
That's
about that in
interesting.
another episode
I,
too, later on.
Okay. I wanted to give y'all the reason why I asked the question, but okay.
You lost it?
No, I didn't lose it. I just my homegirl sends me this dude she want to hook me up with, right? And the picture she sends me, I was like, my
the
man's got
dude
his
had-
toes polished.
okay.
Like, what's up with this? So she's like, well, he does that for his daughter, and I was like, pipe down. She's like, his daughter, he takes his daughter to the salon every 2 weeks to get her nails done. Or no, first she said he does it for his daughter. His daughter asked, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Which didn't really sit right with me. And I don't know, I'm a daddy's girl, right?
How old
I'm
is
always
the
under my
daughter?
dad. I think she's like 6 or 7.
I mean, that's.
I've never asked my daddy to pay his nails. It's just
But-
something I never asked to do, right?
But that's.
So then I was like, okay. But mind you, the pictures, he's out in public, got on some slides. I'm like, why he still got it on? So I was like, well, how often does this happen? He was like, well, she takes his daughter to the salon every 2 weeks. I'm like, so every 2 weeks he's getting his toes polished. I get that your daughter asks you to do it, but if your daughter asks you, can she ride her bike in the street at 6, you're going to say no because you're not old enough.
Yeah, but that's not fair to say that. That's come on now.
So, but
it's a lot
every-
of things your kids could ask
So
you.
this
you're
was
not
my,
gonna-
so that's what I was asking.
Yeah,
I was
I'm
like, okay, am I tripping? But you
I'm
gonna
taking
leave
it-
it on? That means
I'll put
every
it on,
two-
but
you
I'll
got-
take it
You
off.
consistently wear nail polish on your toes. I don't know that I'm gonna be able to do that, even if it's because your daughter asks you.
I mean, I
It's
mean,
I'll
not gonna
take it
ever look
off.
good to me. on a
I
man
mean,
feet.
the way I look at it, look, I don't, to me as a
He said you
father,
take it off.
Yeah.
like I said, I would do it. I don't know if I would just walk around with slides on. I'm not a slide dude anyway.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. To each his own. You know what I mean?
Then
Like, you
again, I don't
know-
have a daughter, so I
Have
can't
you even
really.
spoken to the dude?
I haven't talked to him yet. I was just
So
asking
you
the
don't.
question
So
because
yeah, you
when,
don't even
when
know.
you send a picture with polish, I'm like, well, let's just discuss this first because I'm not gonna date a dude that we're totally about.
Right, but you don't know where.
So
That's
then-
another
so that's why I
new
asked, and then
phenomenon. The
that's what
first
she
person I
said.
saw that did that was Seal.
There's a lot of dudes that polish their nails and
Not
they're
everybody
straight dudes.
But
do
see,
it,
That
that's the
doesn't work
thing.
for me.
That's what I'm saying. But
So
I mean,
asked. That's
but
why
I would say at least have a conversation with the dude.
Yeah. I was like, so
'Cause you-
I was like, let me get the background on it, right? Because I get that it's for your daughter. But if he gonna consistently have his toes polished, I don't know I can do this. And then I was just
So
thinking,
he's
my
not used
thought
to
is
that.
like,
Suppose he's amazing.
you consistently got your toes
Suppose
polished?
he's amazing though. Faithful, God fearing, want to pay all the bills. see what I'm saying though with women? You got everything you wanted, but he
What
polishes
if
so that so you like nah.
That's a lot. He polishes
So
nails.
now you gonna go be with the dude that won't pay all
Well,
the
no,
bills.
but I hate that we have that mentality. Why can't I find a dude that does all those things and don't polish
You
his
can't find the
toenail?
perfect dude because you
Not
can't.
perfect. You don't have to be perfect to not polish your toenail.
But I'm saying he could be perfect, and that's the one flaw.
I think what it is, what's
I'm
going to
not
be.
I'm not. That doesn't turn me. That's a turn. That's
Yeah.
like.
So I think what's going to be for you is figuring out who's the person that I can deal with that issue. I can deal with this thing. Because you're great at these things, I can also deal with this thing. But if that's a thing that you can't deal with, then yeah,
yeah, I
obviously.
don't know that I could. I'm like, okay, how long? At what point do we tell her? Because is that not a teachable moment of like, hey, baby, men don't,
Well,
girls wear you know?
I tell you
Yeah.
You're not
what,
gonna tell your daughter
Yeah.
yes to everything.
that's gonna be tough to come in between that.
Well, no, I wouldn't try. I wouldn't even try.
That's what it's gonna feel
That's
like.
what I'm saying. If that's, I wouldn't try. If that's not, if you are like, hey, every 2 weeks I'm getting pink polish, then
Yeah.
Or
But I
maybe
was just
you
like, let me
could-
ask
maybe
some
you could get
dudes.
clear. Maybe I could compromise.
maybe if you can get clear.
You know what I'm saying?
The picture she sent me, it was like red and blue.
Hey,
I was like, he
I
out
mean,
in public with other people.
I personally think it's dope, but I don't gotta date him. So, but I
I was
think it's
just wondering.
dope.
I was like, let me ask you dudes.
Yeah,
I think that's the one thing my daddy has said. My daddy don't tell me no hardly ever. But if I was like, can I polish your toes? Can you get your toes polished?
He could be like, hell
Nah,
no.
baby. He wouldn't say it in a mean way. He'd
He'd
just
be
be like, you and your mom can go and play with you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
no, I'm not gonna. He would be like, this is. But whatever. So I was just asking, guys.
all right. Well,
Well, that was another episode of Nobody Asked Us. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, follow us on Instagram. I'm Keysha E. It's Keysha E. It's
Oh, she don't even know it. Malik S at Malik S Comedy.
And
Why are you looking at us like that?
And I'm at Hess Wesley.
Peace.
I don't know.